And we're live. Sorry for the delay. I was trying to get this image here to appear on this computer because Google Drive doesn't open automatically now on Windows 11, even though it's set to open automatically. It's weird. Anyways, hi everybody. Jeff and Matt here from Canadian Brick Builders. Well, yeah, from coming off of our trip to Atlanta BrickCon. Matt is a little under the weather. I am a little congested myself, I'll admit. But we'll make it through. So either of us are coughing. It's con cough. Yeah, that's what we'll say it is. Which is a thing. Because you're there the whole time. Oh, yes, Ricola. Because when you're at the conventions all day and you're talking and stuff, they're really dry and your throat gets sore. And it could be other things too. Who knows?
They call it the con crud.
Con crud, yeah. Yvonne's in the chat. Battery Powered Bricks is here. A few others at the looks of it. So yeah, we're home. Well, Matt was home a lot quicker than I was, of course. Jeff's here as well. Hello, Judstar. So we survived the con. It was probably the best one I've been to for a small new convention. No, just for a convention. With the exception of Brick World, that was the most fun I've had in convention in a while, for sure. And Brick World was just because of the size of it and the amount of people and stuff. But
I'm glad you had a good time.
I did. What were your thoughts? Did you enjoy it?
I did. It's interesting to me, as I keep going to more of these things, just how much it increasingly feels like a family reunion. So like, you know, you're walking in, you're carrying stuff, and like various people are saying, hey, good to see you. And it's just a really nice, sense of community that you get, especially, I mean, for me, this is our hometown. So I know local people, but we had a lot of out-of-towners like Cody, Otley came, and Jeff and Lyndon obviously came, and we had our visitors from St. Catharines. So we had and then almost like half of the South Carolina folks came down, so that was pretty nice.
Yeah. Well, for them it's close too, right? It's closer than Brick Fair was. So
about 2 hours.
Yeah. So I can totally understand how they would, or why they would want to come down. Sorry, tripping over my tongue here. Just looking through all my pictures, which we can share in a little bit. For the most part, they're all good.
We even had the local 501st Star Wars people were out front. I got my picture with some Mandalorians on the first day, which was fun. And a couple of those folks in their costumes were walking around doing pictures. And then we had two people in their Lego space suits with helmets.
I got a shot of them as well. Yeah, those were pretty cool. And the Ghostbusters guys were there too, which I've never been to a convention where they've had a local Ghostbuster group there.
We have big one. There's a big chapter in Atlanta. One of our Lego people, Noel.
Yeah, Axel.
He's a big he has the full, get up, and somebody here has the car. So they go and they do charity events and hospital visits, and they've got the car and a whole group of people who can, fill out the team.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's number 100 tonight too. I forgot to mention that. Chat number 100. So you're celebrating a milestone with us, Matt.
I don't know. What are we supposed to give you for your 100th anniversary?
Oh, I don't know. Well, I mean, really, it's 104 or 105. I guess is probably more.
This is your diamond anniversary.
That's my Lego anniversary.
Okay.
Come on.
I know, but they have different gift ideas for each one. True. Supposedly. So, what did the Queen get? Well, she didn't make it to. She had a 100th birthday. Did she have a 100th birthday? I don't know if she made it to.
She didn't make it that far. But Hazel McCallion, the mayor of Mississauga, who recently passed, she was 101, I think. So
Yeah.
Was Matt a good host? Matt was an excellent host. I had a very nice place to sleep and some great company. And it was very close to the event, which was handy.
I had a great time. I very much enjoyed having you and right before you got there, another friend was briefly there, Maddie, for a day or two. So
Yeah.
it was nice
Yeah,
seeing
and I got
people.
to hang out with her too, so that was fun. So yeah, it was I don't know, it was a good time all around. What I liked about it was still a small enough convention. There were 150 people there compared to like the almost 1,000 from Brickworld, or over 1,000. And there were a lot of people that I saw at Brickworld that I wanted to introduce myself to, but they were in their own little cliques of people, and I didn't really want to go up to a group of 20 and say, "Hi, I'm so and so," right? So this one was a little easier to talk to people. I mean, I did talk to Cody for a few minutes at Brick World, um, from Brick World Chicago, but I haven't, you know, at this one, like, it was Cody and a few others. I'm trying to think of her name and I can't think of it right now.
So Aubrey.
Yeah, the Aubreys. There was two Aubreys
Yeah.
and Cody, but it wasn't like they weren't hanging around with a huge group of people. It was less intimidating, I guess. So I was able to talk to him and a few of the TikTokers I follow as well, or the Instagram people I follow as well. Actually, on the last day when we were going, like after the convention was over, we were going for dinner, and I saw Nicole, who is Melissa, I think, something like that on Instagram, and I follow her and stuff. And you know, we were walking to the restaurant. They were sitting inside. I'm like, oh my god, hi! Sorry, I never got a chance to say hi before, but you know, so it was kind of funny. But Matt was a good host. I haven't seen anything from Brickworld. Axel is saying Brickworld doesn't happen until June, so.
And if I remember right, a lot of the sign up stuff for Brickworld only happens like a month before, even like the parts draft.
Yeah.
Sign up didn't open up until like, I don't know, 3 weeks before the event, which made me nervous because I didn't want to miss the sign up. But
yeah, Bonnie's online as well, watching us tonight. Bonnie from Ben and Bonnie, so she was also there.
Yeah,
awesome.
Thanks for coming, Bonnie. It was nice to have our international visitors.
Yes, so there was Holly on Films was there from Australia. The guy who runs. Oh, I didn't bring my awards down. Anyways, the guy who runs the guy who's on Beyond the Brick, who's from Germany, was there. I can't think of his name right now. Andreas, I think is his name.
Okay.
Oh no, so this show was Atlanta BrickCon, Axel. So Atlanta Brick Convention.
Which is confusing for locals because we have a store
that's called Atlanta Brick Co.
Atlanta Brick Co. So this has the exact same initials, but
yeah. Well,
and then there's the convention.
Are they actually rebranding the store or just their website?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't hear anything about that. It could be.
Okay, so the gift card. So we'll get into that, but I got a gift card from them, and it was on the gift card was something like United Brick Co. or something like that. So because they are opening a location in Florida.
Nice. Okay.
In Orlando, I believe it was. So now they're creating a more universal upper brand so that they can, the gift cards can be used in multiple places and stuff. It makes more sense. So,
well, and they travel to a ton of conventions, so they've got one owner that I think pretty much always stays home at the shop, and then they've got the other owner who travels to the cons, and so it makes sense.
Yeah, although they don't really sell a lot of stuff.
No.
At the cons, which is interesting. I know locally that makes sense for the local one, but you figure if they're going to like Chicago or whatever, we got a Twitch thing here, and I can't do anything about it. Anyways, I know that the like when they go to the other cons, I would expect them to bring a little more than they do. They kind of bring some of the smaller, like junkier stuff, I guess.
I mean, you've seen their store. They have they have a huge layout, so I'm sure
they do.
It's realistic to decide what's efficient to bring to a show and what should be left at home.
Yeah,
I'm sure they have a fair profit margin on the minifigs and stuff that they sell.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly didn't even look at the stuff they had there, because they have mostly T-shirts and stuff. It was like, I'm not interested. But anyway, okay. So should we jump right into? Well, we kind of already have been talking about it. Should we jump right into con talk? Kind of go over. I guess we can go over the pictures I've got and stuff, and Matt, you can jump in when you want to. Let's just trying to see where to start. Probably right here. The very first picture I took was Meredith's Owl House, which actually won an award. This is not completed in this stage as of yet, but it won an award, which was pretty awesome. And my daughter is a big fan of Owl House, so this was the reason for me taking the picture.
Her tree work on that was quite nice too.
Oh, that's just snacks I bought. Yes, it was. I have a better picture later on. This is just as soon as I came into the convention, I took a picture of this basically. And I just, again, the size of the room is about 20,000 square feet. I just took a picture quickly from the back door because it's like, woohoo. And then forgot to send it. And Mr. Giddens was already there, working on his phone in the back loading dock. Dave Cowdice, if you're watching, I already sent this to you, but I found a really old Dodge pickup truck and I thought of his old mighty Dodge, which was a Dakota, and this isn't. But one of the first things I set up, I only had two things to set up, was the Mosaic, which was loved near and far by many people. Did win an award too, which was pretty awesome. So I won best art, I think it was.
Yes, I think that's correct.
Which like I said, everything's still upstairs. I haven't even brought it down. Yeah, so I mean, it won best art, and it came with a gift card for Atlanta BrickCon, which I quickly exchanged with Dana for some cash. Well, I gave it to Dana. Dana was going to give me the cash the next day, which he did. And then I ran to the Lego store and I bought the Porsche, the Lego Icons Porsche set, because it's what I wanted. And it was $70 more than the $100 gift card I got. So I thought, hey, that's worth it. I bought way too much pick-a-brick. I think I bought 6 cups over the week. But I did visit like 9 Lego stores, so that would be why. By the way, North Carolina's, hold on, I got the store name right here. The North Carolina store, which was the Concord store, has the largest pick-a-brick wall I've seen. It was like almost double most of them.
Wow.
And they had a really good selection. So Chris fed me, we went to a restaurant that first night, and I had fried okra and sweet potato casserole and barbecue pulled chicken. Such an amazingly lovely meal. I didn't take pictures of all the meals, but as we said, Maddie was there as well for the first few days. Like she was leaving she left on the Friday. No, on the Thursday. No, she left on the Friday. So she was at the con for a little bit, but she had other obligations, so she had to head out. And I was taking pictures of Matt's Lego room because, as you can see, it's actually right in front of him, right behind him, but some of the angles we just don't see. So, and actually, your desk is still in the same place, isn't it?
It is. I haven't even resituated it, but it'll happen.
Yeah. And there's Matt's sets. He hasn't noticed that I've took half of them already.
So that's my thing of shame. These are sets that I bought meaning to build, and I haven't gotten around to building it.
Yeah, I hear you.
So about once a year, I pull
Urge.
certain things, and it's like, okay, that's just going to go in the BrickLink store. If I haven't built it in 5 years, I apparently don't want it that bad. So I might as well sell it and buy something I'm more excited about. So.
Yeah. And yeah, Axel, the BB Spaceman was in the Mosaic. I had to include him. And it filled in that back bottom corner where there was a lot of yellow. So Matt and I, so there was a couple of, hey, Erkseth, welcome. There was a couple of set parting out drafts that we had while we were at the show. So one of them was the new wildflower bouquet. So Matt had purchased 5 copies, and everybody had, I think it was a $20 buy-in. And so we spent a couple of evenings or a couple hours Friday and Saturday, or Thursday and Friday. Yeah.
Jeff had told me that he enjoys sorting. I can confirm.
I love it.
Because we didn't start sorting until 11:30 at night. And we sorted from 11:30 to 12:30. And then the next morning wrapped it up. He was already sorting when I came downstairs.
So yeah, whenever I go to JD's house, like she sleeps in a little bit usually, and I'll be sorting Lego in her Lego room when she wakes up. She just knows to walk into the Lego room when she wakes up, because I'm already in there usually. But yeah, it was fun sorting, especially this set, just because there were so many cool little parts. It was a little annoying though, because there were a lot of duplicate parts, and it was a little bit of math we had to figure out, but that was okay. plastic trays that I haven't bought yet from that Matt mentioned. I set up my space hanger and then permanently placed 2 water bottles in front of it when I took this picture. So that didn't help. Does sorting Lego pay well? It doesn't pay anything, Axel, but you know, it relaxes. Actually, that's probably what I'm going to be doing for the next few days. I'm probably going to sort just to get back into cleaning up my space. So New Hashima City was there, which is built by a gentleman named Stefan, who is actually right there. And I took a picture as he was setting up, just in general, just to kind of get the size of it. I think I got a picture later on of someone standing beside it. This is a bit of the moon base setup with Adam Ant Bandit here, and I forget this dude's name.
That's Andrew. He's our civil engineer who has
okay.
built a freeway interchange out of Lego. It wasn't at this show, but he took his day job and turned it into a Lego build. So.
Yeah. Mr. Sincere is in the chat. Hey, buddy. Welcome. Coming back from Land of Bracon. Yeah, a few of us. Space. Dave, you have an invite if you want to join us. If not, I understand. I know things are getting crazy. Yeah, so that's Stefan. Stefan is probably about 5. He's shorter. I'd say probably about 5'5", maybe a little bit taller. But you can see the height of that mock, and I don't think the top was on that one quite yet. Oh, maybe it was.
I walked past him, and I swear he was on that ladder like all evening.
Yes, he was. He was. And this, I think I originally took this because I know I took this because the building has a tilt on it. The tables, there was so much weight on the table that this building started shifting a little bit to the left. And my hanger is kind of hidden in behind here. I don't even think you can see it. No, it's not even visible. My hanger and Classic Space display are right beside that. So.
And I don't know if you have intention to show any video. Are you going to show any video clips of it?
I don't know that I got any video clips of it.
So there's a section he has. It's a post-apocalyptic sort of Japanese theme, and he has a processor inside the building that rotates the Coca-Cola advertisement from the original Blade Runner movie, and it's amazing. So.
Oh yeah. Okay. I have to admit, I didn't take much video of it. I'd seen it previously, and it has changed, I know, but okay. So Dave's in his car waiting while his daughter does choir practice. Fair enough. So yeah, I mean, I should have filmed it and stuff, but I just didn't really think about it.
It's okay.
There was a lot of stuff going on. And yes, around this time I was already done and setting everything up, and I was wandering around trying to figure out what's going on because this never happened where I was done like halfway through the first full day, just because I hadn't had a castle or anything to set up. So, hey Shane, welcome to the chat. So yeah, I mean, I was wandering around just talking to people and stuff. It was a weird feeling. This was one of the funniest things that happened. Yeah, go ahead.
You could get used to that feeling.
For sure. Dave Sincere. No, I like. Sorry, for the record, no, I wouldn't get used to that feeling. I like being busy setting stuff up. David Sincere might join us in 30 minutes or so, which is awesome. So I don't have the actual video of this, but on Instagram, if you go to Dana's, I'm pretty sure Dana actually posted this in his feed in Instagram, like in his page type thing. So it's not just a 24-hour thing. Martin was setting up his Disney castle for the first time. And Dana was right beside me filming this, and I didn't really pay attention, but he kind of wraps around Martin, and it's like, in the wild is this person who's like kind of like an animal geographic or an animal type video about what the animal's doing in the wild. And Martin, his brick snaps, his arm is inside the castle. So he's like, his arm is extended into a castle? So it was just kind of funny, like he was trying to birth a castle or something. I don't know. It was just humorous, but this is a beautiful castle. We'll get to more pictures of it later as it's set up. Mayor of this pirate ship, Yvonne asked me to take a photo of this, so I had done that, and I'm pretty sure I sent it to her. At this point, apparently I was taking requests for photos. I missed our layout. Oh, I missed our layout, but I could only bring very little. Yeah, and Yeah, there was a lot to take pictures of. Oh, there's the spaceman Matt was talking about earlier. They had just taken a picture in front of my mosaic, and I haven't actually seen that picture. But as soon as they started walking around, the crowds are just constantly coming up to them. So these are guys from Dragon Con. They are cosplayers. This is their Dragon Con uniforms. But it was cool to see them here as well. They hung it around my area for a bit because of the Classic Space logo. So.
That is one thing about Dragon Con being in this city is we do have a lot of local people who very much enjoy the cosplay aspect, and so just like we have the Ghostbusters folks, and there's just a lot of cosplayers in town.
Yeah, agreed. So I took this shot just to kind of show the crowds. This was like Saturday morning, and I couldn't barely see across to the tables on any side of us. And it probably took about 4 hours before there was enough of a gap in between the people that you could actually see across. And this area was actually considered quiet. Where Matt's group was, like where the train layouts were, there was like you couldn't get through. You had to like wait and squeeze by whenever you could. And yes, those suits did look incredibly hot to wear, Mr. Sincere. So I did discover that my train is not foolproof. This is the edge. This is the edge of the track, and this is what happens when the train doesn't stop at the green mark and go the other direction. It's happened 3 times over the weekend, so I need to do a little bit of updates to try and prevent it from falling off next time. The last time it fell off, Matt had a friend in, and he was giving him a tour. And Matt comes over and said, "Does the train move?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll start it up." And I gave it a push. It started moving. Then I continued to talk to Matt as it flew off the other far end. And what does Matt do? Walks away and keeps on walking. I'm like, "Thanks, Matt."
I picked up pieces.
Yeah, I know. I'm just bugging you. It was just funny. So nothing broke. Just everything could be put back together, and all the parts were there all 3 times. Picture of me, I'm not sure why. Julian's castle on the far side was waving the Canadian flag proudly, even though he's not Canadian. But let's face it, most Floridans are probably from Canada anyhow. This is the result of our second pick a brick. Yeah, this is our second draft. Some of the parts that I'd gotten. I think I'd taken that to send to someone saying, "I'm getting Lego parts." All the corrugated or all the white brick bricks. It was awesome. And I was looking for a particular set, so I couldn't get close enough to see the set numbers on these boxes, so I took a picture so I could zoom in to see what the number was. It unfortunately was not the set I was looking for.
This is not the set you're looking for.
Yeah. So here's the best artwork award for 2023. I won an award. The guy who was sitting beside me won an award, who works at Atlanta BrickCon, and he built the space sea thingy. I can't remember what it's called. I think I have a picture of it later. Fazoom is here. Hello, Fazoom. And Meredith also won for her, I think it was Best in Show for her Owl House layout, which was awesome.
That's correct.
So the Atlanta, or the Peach Lug gang did a pretty good job in securing a lot of the prizes, but at the same time they were also a huge portion of the crowd. Oh, here's Meredith's Owl House mock, which is absolutely amazing. The tower and the trees and stuffs.
Those the green parts, those are the Wolverine claws from the minifig that we ordered in last year's bulk lug, and about a week before the show, she messages me and says, "Do you have any of those? I used up all of them, and I don't have time to wait for a Bricklink order." So I claim 1% credit because I helped her finish the trees. She owes me 400 claws.
That's awesome. How y'all feeling? How are you feeling, Fazoom? My throat's a little scratchy and dry. Matt's feeling under the weather as well. Hope you're doing okay. I had a Waffle House. Is that new? Is that a new contagion that you can get at the conference, at the cons, or you're talking about your actual Waffle House mock? Anyways, another shot of the Owl House. Apparently, I took multiple shots of Owl House, including the front door with the characters. So I ended up taking my Atlanta BrickCon gift, or my Atlanta Brick Co. gift card. And because Atlanta Brick Co. was on the other side of the city, it was a good, hour and a half away from the convention?
Yeah,
Ish.
just traffic. Yeah.
Yeah. So I ended up saying to Dana, who was also there, hey, do you mind if I would you give me $100 if I gave you this card? And he was like, yeah, sure, no problem. So I quickly ran to the Lego store and I bought the Porsche, which I think I'd already mentioned, but the Lego store was open that night. So, here's Martin's castle, which is absolutely beautiful, Disney castle. And he had basically everybody's sig fig. Everybody that has brought him sig figs were kind of here on the stairs and in different areas on the layout.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Pretty fun. Yeah, I think that's what he was doing when he was reaching into the castle. He was putting some of the sig figs in. Oh yes, okay, I see what Chris is saying. He had Waffle House, and I, for breakfast most times or whenever he could, I ended up eating McDonald's because I was hoping to be able to go to Waffle House with someone, but that didn't happen. So there. Anyway. Oh, this is scrolling. What's going on? I don't remember taking video. Anyways, here's another shot of the castle. And I think he said it was the front half of the castle is actually accurate as to the when you look at the Disney World California, Disneyland California park, he basically scaled it correctly to match that. Whoops. A couple more shots of it, including the back with the square trees, which is something they do at Disney. It's kind of interesting. And then here's a bunch of Disney characters sorted in the stone. Obviously, this is not, I don't think this is actually here in the original layout, but he put it in just because, selective compression. I think it's a little further back normally.
That's one heck of a Mills plate.
Yes, it is. What else we got? There's the sword in the stone. He's got the Mickey Castle fig, which is pretty cool. And I was trying to get a shot. Yeah, so here's everybody's sig figs kind of all crowded inside. Pretty sure that's most of them are sig figs. Then here's the this is right beside the moon base. Somebody brought a whole NASA or a whole rocket collection.
He calls it a rocket garden.
A rocket garden. That's pretty fun. So they're including the space station. I just took a couple pictures because it looked pretty cool. Here's the rocket garden.
He showed that in December for the first time with us here. And that's awesome. Had nightmares of it becoming a Domino's for knocking over other rocket ships. And I was like, let's move the barrier a little further away to keep the public hands from reaching over.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean the stanchions were very close to everything, so there was a little bit of touching that happened. He's even got the barge for the Falcon 7. I think they're Falcon 7s. Elon Musk's rockets, Starlink ones. There was a whole classic space section here of the sets. Of course, I took this because I actually videotaped. Hopefully, my voice isn't. I'll mute it. Anyways, it wasn't all the themes. It was just whatever this person had collected up until then. So, anyways, I'll go to the next one now. Oh, that didn't work. Adam's wife, Emily, built a Taco Monster attack. I thought it was kind of cute. Just kind of fun. This is me running around quickly to get some pictures before the crowds came in on Sunday, I think it was. Adam's penguin display. Come on. What's going on? Oh, here it is. Ctron. So this was based off the Lego theme that never actually happened. There was originally a picture on Brickshelf years ago of this display, or of this set that never happened. And so this guy basically recreated. His name isn't on here. The one who won the award, and I don't have his name on here, and I forget it. Do you remember his name, Matt?
I don't.
Okay. He works for Elena Brico, so. But basically, there's actually a lot of printed and painted / filmed pieces. So the red transparent canopy over here was never made, so it's like a trans yellow with just an orange or whatever kind of film on it to make it look red. But yeah, the idea was that it had like above water was a space, like a landing platform, and what they actually did in the original pictures, you just kind of make it out here in the picture, is as the monorail track went down, it became blue because that was supposed to represent that it was underwater. So basically, it would have been blue from this whole bottom half to say, hey, it's underwater, and then they had all the vehicles that were in this picture as well. So it was kind of cool. The fact that someone went to the effort of trying to create this stuff in the original colors. There's like some of these panels here are painted and stuff, just to get the idea. I forgot her name. Talk. Kim Davies. I met her. I did meet her, I guess, last year in Chicago, and probably at no, not in Chicago. I would have met her at Brick Fair, Alabama, but I never really got a chance to talk to her. So I ended up talking to her this time, and she had built a Fabuland Wild West scene, which Fabuland's awesome. So it's kind of cool to see.
Those Fabuland parts are scarce in North America. So I think I talked to her once, and she said she had for a lot of parts off Bricklink from Europe.
Yeah. And there was this castle here, which was a model scale castle by Tom Jacobson. Which we got the model or the card there.
The red roofs look great.
Yeah. Coincidentally, not a hard part to get.
No.
But yeah, there weren't a lot of huge castles here, I have to say. This is the other Aubrey, the one, the lesser known Aubrey, who I think is local to you guys, right?
She is.
And this was her first mock that she's ever displayed, and she won an award.
Pretty darn good for first try.
Yeah, for a nice coral scene. The Great Fries Reef by Avi Fries. I should have really thought about putting that on my mock card. Your Twitter.
Dana made a brick built sign with his Instagram handle, and he said he gained 300 followers over the weekend.
Excuse me. Yes.
Bless you. So I hadn't even thought about that as a way of just letting people know if they see your work and they like it, they can follow you and then see what else you're working on.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like from a out of town location.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Then, this was by, who was this again? Oh, Adam. Adam built a tree forest people set. And I didn't even know he had built that. So it wasn't until I took the picture. Proof that you don't have to build like Jeff to win. No, that was built better than what I can build. So, agreed. If you definitely don't have to build like me to win. Gasp. Just kind of an interesting flower thing. Hello. Why is this not responding? Ah, crap. Hold on. Did I not get Ben and Bonnie's box in here? Because that was right beside there. Shit. Excuse me. Maybe I got it a little later on.
Uh-oh. You're going to be censored by the Canadian.
I know. Anyways. They were like right there, and I must not grabbed a picture. Bonnie's going to hate me. Anyway. Julian's half part of a castle, at least, that he had built.
I will say that this convention, because I knew a lot, I would say I knew like 60-70% of the people exhibiting.
Yeah.
I usually take a lot of pictures, but instead I just ended up talking to a lot of people. And then afterwards, I'm like, I never really took a ton of pictures, but I had a great time.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, a lot of stuff that I'd seen previously at other events, I didn't take pictures of them.
Right.
I'm forgiven. No, I'm not funny. I deserve to be in trouble. Anyway, Julian's lovely wife, Brittany, built a Josie and the Pussycats. I almost said Gem and the Holograms. That's why I zoomed in. A little mock, which is kind of fun. There was a castle display here as well, like a medieval farm area. Beautiful castle tower. I'm trying to fly through these now. This castle, which was built by Intense, Rich, who's part of Matt's Lug as well, and he's got a huge castle in his house that cannot travel because of the fact that it's huge, mountain scene and everything. He actually was on Beyond the Brick not too long ago, where they came to his house to film it. So if you're looking for that, it's Intense, INTENSS, I think is how it's spelled.
Yeah, if you're trying to get a sense of just how big it is, imagine a large dining room table. Imagine two of them side by side. It's that big. So.
Look, there's the back of it in Bonnie's mock. Okay. Anyway, a few shots here. This one lit up at nighttime. The lights out was not as awesome because they didn't really advertise it, so people weren't prepared for it, and it was right after the dinner, and most people took off and never came back. It was Saturday night. A lot of people went to someone's house for a little gathering. It was kind of a invite only type thing. Another castle. Here's the guy's name. I can get it off here. So the guy who built Citron, Daniel Nett, he also built micro-scale versions of all the modular buildings, and he actually won an award for this one. It was this one that won, not the Citron layout, because these are all pretty cool little things. Let's see what's here. Back. There were some cool Friends-style ships. This is not Meredith. No, this is not Meredith, is it?
I think the Galaxy Explorer is hers.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
I didn't want to assume.
She brought her friend's fleet, so I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So she's got Friends versions of different spaceships.
This is the first time this has been publicly exhibited, I believe. Both her and myself were part of a group where we were supposed to take the Galaxy Explorer and do a twist on it.
Yeah.
And we sent pictures to Lego like 6 months ago, and they've never done anything with it.
Yeah.
And she emailed and she's like, "What's going on with that?" And they just no response. So she's like, "Okay, I'm taking it to a show."
Lego ghosted her.
But
she did get a free Galaxy Explorer out of it, so.
Yes, we did. We got a Galaxy Explorer and a bonus set. So it was a good deal. I'm not complaining. I just wish the photos were out.
Yeah. This is Cody Audley's seagull attack, or seagull model. I thought it was kind of cute. He flew over from Utah to bring this. That's why it was pretty small to begin with, but it's still a little fun mock. So I did take a picture of Dana's Instagram logo because I was like, I need to make a few of these too. I think that's a great idea. I also got, at the same time, got a picture of his cat and squirrel models that he built. Plus his space babies. How adorable are they in real life? They're just awesome. He definitely rented some babies for this display because he did not have enough.
I just told him that don't post that. It would get him might get detected by some kind of human trafficking police or something. Yeah. He rented babies, but and if you're not familiar, those are the classic space, but just sized down. They're sort of micro-sized for baby scale. He's had so much fun.
Yeah.
I'm in a text chat with him, and he'll be like, "Oh, I made another one." He texts it to us.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's pretty fun. And Ben had built, or Ben was telling Bonnie that he built the little mock by the pink castle and the breast cancer sign. He still has Chris's babies. So I managed to find 2 on the way home, which was awesome. As recommended. Oh, and there's Dana's space hanger that he built with all the different cargo containers. I did take this one to get some ideas for cargo containers because I have a few, but he's got a whole bunch of different styles. Some of Chris's cool spaceships, some Star Wars themed ships in here and stuff. Again, I didn't take like his Lightyear ships are up here, but I took pictures of them in Chicago, so I didn't bother taking pictures here because, not thinking with my brain. This is Meredith's daughter Natalie's friend's house, I guess, that she built. It's pretty cool. Owl House again. This is Jason Barossa, Brickbender United, something like that, on Instagram. And he built a Lightyear mock as well. I've been chatting with him about the truck that I built and stuff. And I need to send him the instructions for this. But I finally got to meet him. I mean, he was at Alabama as well, but I didn't know him well enough then. Right? Again, it's bigger, smaller cons, so you get to talk to people. So we ended up painting out a bunch here and there, which is kind of nice. And these models just got me because of all the black and white gray mechs. Just kind of looks very cool when they're all together like that.
Yeah, the mech people had a fairly big presence, I would say.
Yeah, they had a really good display for sure. So, and then there was some more mechs. There was this Hoth display, which was done by a guy who's a first-time builder to this convention. I can barely Leon, I think his name is.
Yeah,
and
he just moved down from Chattanooga to Atlanta, and he joined our lug that weekend. And I mean, that's a huge layout at the parts draft. He was drafting white brick and tiles again and again, and I was teasing him that he needed to replenish because he burned through so much white brick. But I mean, that's a mega layout for first convention.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome too. So it's pretty cool. So you'd won a prize for that, or an award for that. This library mock, I think I'd actually seen this before I think someone brought this to one of the other conventions, but I took a picture of it just because it's still kind of cool with all the books here as part of the building.
That's Larry.
Larry? Okay.
Larry in our local group, and he does really beautiful stuff. He also did a building that the train that goes through the building.
Yes, I did see that one, and I forgot to grab the picture of that one too.
And if you've ever seen the Monty Python cartoons where there's like the corporate business people are like acting as raiders and their building has like sails, he did a mock of a corporate building with sails, just like in the Monty Python.
Yeah.
That's an old time throwback.
The Spanish Inquisition type thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that. Monty Python. And this was, I can't think of his name. It's escaped me again, but the Rock Raiders. This is Brian. Thank you, Chris. I look over in chat, and Chris has already said it. Brian's Rock Raider display, which had some... basically, I think all the Rock Raider sets plus a few that were either supplementary images or sets that weren't created. I don't know which. I gotta see. Sorry, guys. I did definitely get a cold. Hopefully, that's all I get. We'll see. Nice little island here, which honestly I don't even remember snapping this one, but. And the Jedi Council chambers, which was just kind of a cool shape. That's kind of what caught my eye on this one.
It's always pleasing when somebody builds something non-rectangular.
Yeah, and this cathedral, this old broken cathedral, basically, that was just like a ruin, but you could still see the shape of it, and it just looked really cool. So, and you can see here at the bottom, actually, I just pointed out there's different little stickers here. So this is the Anders from Germany. This is his website. So he put put that down to say I like your mock type thing. I'm assuming Mr. Giddens did as well with the old gray brick logo. And I think this was Jason's sig fig pin thingy. And this was from the Lego Joey from the Legoland California, or Legoland New York park. He put some of these on some people's models.
Which makes
and the pink bucket as well was given by Julian's Gain.
So here's a question. I mean, you've been going to conventions much longer than I have.
Yeah. Chris is saying he's sick too.
It seems to me that the people leaving their personal tokens as a recent phenomena. Would you agree, or maybe I just noticed it finally?
It's caught on for sure a lot more. I do recall it in some of the older events, but not as much.
Okay.
Like sig figs have been something that's really caught on recently. Well, I mean, it's probably been around for a while. I remember people giving sig figs years ago, but I think just now that sig fig parts are easier to get because we have bricks and pieces and stuff. I am still annoyed. I think I talked to Brittany like 3 or 4 times, Julian's Brittany, 3 or 4 times this weekend about trying to find a sig fig hair. Like that's my problem. I can't find a hair piece that suits my buzz cut type stuff. There isn't really one, and the only one that there was the tan one that's in my logo. Hold on, I'm just trying to pull my logo up here, and my mouse is not responding. Sorry, I was trying to do this logo. That hairpiece is like a $5 hairpiece because it's no longer being made. Sorry about that. I found a stop camera and mic thing, and I didn't realize that would actually take me right into the chats. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, a $5 hairpiece isn't so bad if you're building one sig fig.
Yeah.
But you're going to build 20 to hand out.
I want to build like 40 or 50 to hand out to people, right? And
that gets a little pricey.
Yeah. So I'm still looking for something tan or I guess gray at some point, but not yet. There was these large scale. This is from Joey. I think these are all Joey's large scale parts that he's built, including his brick separator robots and stuff. And he had built a brick separator spaceship that also won an award. Oh, this is Jason and Brittany. A few people came by for quick photos, doing selfies with everybody. And I totally forgot to actually do the same. So Brittany's like, oh, I need your picture. I'm like, no, wait, I need yours too. So I got one of Brittany and Jason, which is kind of cool. This house was also pretty cool design, just because it's like a few different levels and some different angles. I think we're almost done. A bunch of the characters here I thought were cute. And there was a lobster on a tray. This was what I manually took for Janie, and I forgot to send it to her. Janie and I have this hatred of lobsters because at most of our events we had lobster little builds to give out because Janie has hundreds of boxes of them. Anyway,
why does she have so many lobsters?
Lego Canada, I think, donated it to her for her events, or they came from the store she used to work at.
Okay.
So she didn't have hundreds, but we had hundreds of lobster kits, and every year we would try and figure out a way to use them in our events to be able to give them away. Build in the bag. We did one year, and then it's like build something that's not a lobster.
Yeah.
But it's very limited pieces. So, a cute little robot I saw him taking a picture of. And I think this one was built by a younger kid, somewhere in his 12 or 13-year-old. And I was looking at the rock work, and it's like, oh, it's just gorgeous.
Yes.
So, puts my rock work to shame. A couple other shots here. Oh, there was this clock tower. Oh, there's the trackside lofts that we talked about earlier.
The train goes through the trackside lofts, and that tower is a local building in the town of Rome, Georgia, where there's a minor league baseball team. It's not a big town, but it has this pretty clock tower, and so a few local people recognized it.
Okay. I just like the look of it. I thought it was kind of cool.
Oh, his use of color is gorgeous.
Oh, I did get a better shot of Stefan's New Hashimo City, but again, not all of it. Got some shots for sure, though. I mean, just the detail in this. Of course, I zoomed in on the one area where there's a guy bending over, but just the detail in this was absolutely amazing. And fully lit, as Matt was saying. I don't know if I got a sign.
There's a bunch of there's a bunch of vignettes if you have the time to really look. Like there's one guy who's being chased by a horde of zombies, and like there's another people fishing off of the various platforms, and their fishing hooks and stuff are going into the water. So he has a lot of storytelling. It's almost like so dense.
Yeah,
it's you have to intentionally like take a moment to take it all in.
Yeah, and so he was saying at Brick World Chicago, he's doing a collab building. So he's bringing this one, and there's 2 other squares of this size that will be there in an L shape, plus another triangle, I guess, to kind of join to kind of make to join two of the sides. So it's going to be basically 3.5 times this size, 2.5 times the size, whatever the math is, at Brick World Chicago. So that's just going to be amazing to see.
Yeah, it's a collab. He invited me to bring one of my space buildings and if I wanted to, and he said,
"Oh yeah,
right now there's like 50 people on the Discord who are talking about it. Not that 50 people will show up, but there is a lot of excitement about blowing it out as to like a whole world for a show."
Yeah, and I think this will be that will be probably the last show he does with this layout. So, and in our local group chat, I had thanked Paul, who's in chat right now somewhere. I thanked him to say thank you for the idea for this this elevator tower, because I was resting my phone on it all day, because I was I had the base pushed right up to the back of the table, because otherwise it would have been uneven and everything would be separated. So I had nothing behind the layout to put my stuff. So I ended up using that little elevator stack for my phone the whole time. It was funny. Just another group shot or crowd shot. This was on the Sunday. It was a little less busy. Still was fairly busy. I think they had 10,000 people come in overall. I did get a chromed brick. There was a guy there with chrome colored bricks that like it was just like a white brick with chrome painting on it or chrome coating on it, and they had different colors, like different colored bricks underneath. So he had a white 1x6 with the chrome on it. So I ended up getting that. It didn't come out that well, but the Atlanta BrickCon brick as well. Our Canadian Brick Builders logo or thing. We need a better logo. Anyway, Janie was looking for these sets. I ended up finding one of them, so I bought it. I actually bought 2 because I was like, if they're hard to find, I might as well grab one too. At the Lego store. Matt, this picture was totally for you, because when we were doing the draft, you're like, oh, that piece came in yellow? And someone looked it up and it was in 50 different sets. And then at the next Lego store I walk into on my way home, it's like it's an entire bin of these clips.
It's an indication of just how rarely I build in the color of yellow that I mistakenly thought that was a new.
I didn't know you guys had Miss Vicky's in the States, so when I ordered Firehouse Subs, I ordered a meal and was like, oh, Miss Vicky's, cool. It's a different packaging than we have, but it's interesting to see. It is a cyberpunk / it's like an Asian themed cyberpunk city, I would say.
Yes.
For New Hashima City, yeah. And Galaxy Explorers at $100 US. I walked into 2 Walmarts in West Virginia, and this one had 20 of them on the shelf. Another one had 18 on the shelf. And then I walked into one in where I was staying in the town in West Virginia I was at, and they had Galaxy Explorers at $75, and they had another 15 or 20 sitting on the shelf. And I'm like, it's insane. Yeah. Obviously, they're not selling. I mean,
my local store still has them at full price.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here's the $75 one. So I went to the Target in that city I was staying in, and I managed to find 4 Falcons, one of the ogres, and 2 of the baby bunnies. And I thought this one was a baby bunny because I was feeling for the antenna and accidentally felt the bamboo stalk. I thought that was the antenna. But so if anybody's looking for the Falcons or the ogres, they're in a plastic bag in the bag, so they're really easy to pick out because they're the only ones that come like that. And then the Falcon is loose in that bag as well, so it's really easy to fill. But I was happy to be able to find these guys for sure. And I thought, oh, that was the last picture anyhow, so that worked out well. So, all right, that was way too much. Way too much. End of story. Because there's still a crap ton of news. So let me just wet my throat here.
You can always save the news till next week if you want.
Oh, we could, but then we're going to be 2 weeks behind.
That's true.
We'll try and skim through it as quickly as possible. I might pass on some of the ideas stuff. So, Bricklink has a new version of their designer program available. They changed the format so that now instead of using former Lego Ideas sets as Bricklink designer program sets, you're able to submit them directly to Bricklink. Now this program is going on for a little while. I don't know. I don't see an end date on this article because it's a very small article. To the end of February. So if you want to have an attempt to have a Bricklink designer set, crap ton of news. Exactly. If you want a Bricklink designer set, if you want to submit something, now's the time to do it. So a bunch of Lego Ideas sets have made it to 10,000 this week. There was the Colin House. I'm just going to close this as I'm talking. The Colin House from Twilight. There was a Claus Toy Archive. So it's like a Santa-based set that's now hit 10,000 for the second time. Maybe I should make these a little bigger. There was a Godzilla, which achieved 10,000 supporters. This one's actually kind of cool. There was a Hollow Knight Forgotten Crossroad Archive. Not really sure what that's supposed to mean, but they hit 10,000. Where's Waldo? Which this one had a bunch of different books, I guess, type thing with different Waldo scenes or something. I don't know. Anyway. It's like a micro scale Waldo, I think. Anyway, there was an Ogle Creek Sawmill, Ogle being Lego backwards, that hit 10,000 supporters.
Is that a reference to something? Like, I don't recognize the Ogle Creek.
Ogle is Lego spelt backwards.
Oh.
And Ogle was a bad guy in one of the Agent sets years ago.
Yeah. Now I feel silly.
Yeah. So speaking of Lego Ideas, the second 2022 review stage winners were announced today. So there was like 5 times, there's probably 55 sets or so here, 51 sets. Apparently my math is horrible. It must be 9 or something. Anyways, so the 2 that have been approved are the British telephone, the Red London telephone box, and a Nightmare Before Christmas set. Both of these are like the Nightmare Before Christmas. I know there's going to be a lot of people happy about that. I was originally looking at this model and I thought it was pretty small, but when I started looking at it, like these are 1x1, so these are actually window panes for the actual full door. So this is actually a really huge set, right? Like I thought originally when I saw this, I thought that was just a smaller lamppost, but it's like no, this is huge. Yeah, Ogle was the main villain in the night scene, and Hollow Knight is a video game. Thank you, everybody, for filling in the knowledge that I don't have. Lego and Final Fantasy are working. Final Fantasy VII have created a contest. It's the 25th anniversary of Final Fantasy VII. So they're asking, what Final Fantasy VII setting do you want to see built in Lego? And there are 4 choices, which include someone's house, Aethriel's house, Honeybee Inn, Sector 5 Slums Church, and Water Tower. Final Fantasy VII was a role-playing game. Anyways, so it looks like they just want to know which one you'd rather see, not submit your ideas for it or something like that. So if anybody's a Final Fantasy VII interest in Final Fantasy VII and this, go check out the article on the Brick Fan. You can tell I'm tired because I'm flipping over my words. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII is getting a remake. Oh, okay.
Are we at the phase with the games that we now have like nostalgia versions of the game, like they're bringing them
Yeah.
back.
Well, yeah, because they're no longer playable on consoles because the consoles are out of date or really slow or whatever. Or software is so much better now that they can report it to something new and give you a whole new experience for more money. So Olga was the main villain in the Agents theme, David's saying, and then he was apparently responsible for calling the aliens who invaded Earth in Alien Conquest. I did not know that. Macro Bricks is on. Hey, welcome. Big Nate Bricks seems to have joined as well. I think we have some carryover from Julian's stream possibly coming in because it's just 10 o'clock now. So Lego Friends global events have been announced. So they're doing a bunch of Lego Friends related promotions, and they're going to have large scale Lego Friends in a bunch of European cities, and then into the United States in the end of February. So Sawgrass Mall, Florida, Glendale Galleria, California, West Edmonton Mall in Alberta, West Edmonton Mall, Alberta, USA. That's not correct. The Mall of America, United States, in Minnesota, all around the 20th to the 26th of February. And there's a bunch of other places here. Lego Friends screening in Paris. Giant Heart Lake Downtown Diner. Apparently Paris is getting a lot of Lego Friends stuff going on based on this article. I'm wondering if Lego Friends does really well down there or something. And a Galaxy Squad was Earth's getting revenge on the big big aliens. That's awesome. Jeff, have I built the DeLorean yet? Yes, I have. It's up here somewhere. Somewhere. I actually just bought the Porsche this weekend too, so I hope to be able to build that in sometime in the next few weeks. So the Doctor Strange interdimensional portal polybag is now available at Target. That is a lot of words. That is a lot of words to say. So if you're looking for that, it's at Target. Hopefully it'll appear in some Walmarts in Canada or something as well. Let's see what else we got. The Bricklink Designer Program Round 3 that happened last year. They've now released the images of what the boxes will look like. And the prices of these aren't available for sale anymore. They were pre-order a while ago. So, it's just the boxes you're going to get. I did really want to get this one. I never did. But I figure I'm going to.
You could probably just re-brick that, download.
That's what my plan is. The diner, 1950s diner, the observatory. So those. Starting Friday, double VIP points starts at Lego from the 10th to the 16th. So if you've been holding out to buy stuff, then now might be the time. There might be some overlapping promotions as well. They haven't said, but anyway.
It seems like other than the Bionicle giveaway, it's kind of light on promotions at the moment.
Yeah, but there's a few that have been announced, so that's why I'm. The 10th is tomorrow. No, well, the 10th is tomorrow for you, Axel, because it's already the 9th there. But for us, the 10th is Friday, and for you tomorrow, the 10th is Friday as well. But he's already in Thursday, and we're in Wednesday. Anyways, he's trying to confuse me. My already confuddled brain because I haven't had enough sleep in the past few days.
Thank goodness you didn't fly across the international date line.
Yeah, this is true. So the Lego Ideas A-frame cabin and a bunch of other sets were released February 1st.
Gorgeous.
Available.
I will be buying the A-frame. That's just a automatic yes.
Yeah, I'm the same. Maybe not right away, but it will be on my list to get.
Yeah.
Along with the flower bouquets that also came out and stuff. Even though I've got some of the parts because of that draft, I still will buy both of the bouquets. I think they're worth it. So also on Shop at Home in the Reward Center, there's the Worlds of Wonder and Birthday Dioramas sets that are available to buy. I don't even know if this is still available, so I'll click on the link to see.
It was 2 days ago. I redeemed points, so you spend your points, and then you have to enter it when you check out.
Yeah. Change region. Let's just have a quick look here. North America, Canada, English. Because, of course, the links are always hot linked. Reward Center. Rewards. Oh yeah, the World of Wonders is still there. What was the other one? Oh, and the birthday one. Yep, they're both still available for 2,100 points for the one, and the World of Wonder 2,700 points. I'm not sure if it's worth it. I mean, it's going to be considered rare, I guess, so maybe it is. I don't know. There was a new creative box revealed, the Creative Fantasy Universe, which is just, a building kit, but kind of more fantasy type stuff, dragons and rainbows and castles. Oh my. Some pirate stuff as well. So if anybody's looking for an 1,800 piece classic box, that has been released. Too expensive for me. I think Dave's talking about the A-frame. And it doesn't have a rotors on the roof, so I can understand why Dave's not that interested in it. It's not a helicopter. So Lego City 4x4 off-road ambulance rescue set promotion. We had some images drop a few days ago, but they've actually released the actual full information on this set. So this will actually be available from February 10th to the 27th with $95 US purchase on Lego City sets only. It'll run in conjunction with double VIP points. So it is basically like the truck, a couple of paramedic type dudes, a mountain biker and the mountain bike. They could have put an animal in here quite easily because it is supposed to be out in the wilderness. I'm surprised they didn't. But I don't know if there's any town sets I want to get. That would be worth this. Anyway, but there's probably a few helicopters that are coming out if someone like Dave wants to get this set. So, okay, I'll stop bugging him now. He's not in the chat, so that's why I'm bugging him. He's in the chat, but not in the chat. So the big news, obviously, Rivendell, Lord of the Rings announced. I'm actually going to open it up directly on Shop at Home just because the pictures are a lot easier to see. So this is a $500 US set, and it works out to $669 Canadian, also known as really expensive, but so beautiful.
Yes, it is. That roof is just gorgeous.
Yeah, the roof is gorgeous. I was looking at it. There's not a huge amount of new style parts in here.
No.
Now, I haven't looked at some of the forums that people have been picking out. I mean, yes, there's a couple of new colors. These seats have like the popsicle in a nougat color being used widely. This tree kind of removes.
There's the new leaf part. That's a.
Oh yes, there's a new this yes. Let's see if we can find a better picture of that. I think that's probably the best picture there, but I don't know if I can zoom in anywhere. So this new leaf part that's basically a 1x1 round with a leaf, a frond branch coming off of it, basically. So it looks pretty nice. All the art or all the I want to say ironwork, but it's white, so obviously it's not iron. But all the details in these structures are just beautiful. The roof is gorgeous. It'll be hard to it won't be hard justifying buying the set, but it's just the cost of it is my biggest thing. I would love to get it, but I don't know if it's something I would get.
We just have to give up a couple cars.
A couple of cars, like the car I drive.
No, the cars you bought, like the car sets. I'm not a car guy, so it's easy for me to say that.
Fair enough. So yeah, here's this frond piece. It's a little bit easier to see. 15 minifigures come in the set. Thank you, Axel. But it's funny because it says 15 minifigures, but then there's these there's these statues as well, and I'm pretty sure they weren't included. I think there's a picture of the figs. I thought there was a picture of the figs here.
If you go to New Elementary, they'll probably give you a breakdown.
I don't know that they even have that info yet.
They may not.
Yeah. And I was on New Elementary earlier, and I didn't see it. But there's also, so like I said, there's that statue. There's the figs. Oh, look who it is!
It's David.
After a little time away. Hey, Dave.
Hey. How dare you?
How dare I what?
You making fun of me while I'm trying to chat.
I was trying to get you to join to complain and yell at me. And it worked.
It worked.
I was trying to join because my daughter actually finished a little late, so
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
I just
Thank
came
you
back home.
Thank you for joining us. It's appreciated. So yeah, I was saying that there's the 15 figs, but there's also all these little statues on this tower here too. So it's like it's more than 15 figs technically.
Yes.
It's
What do
a
you think of this
gorgeous
one,
set.
Dave? Oh yeah.
There's nothing. It's a gorgeous set, but at that price,
Yeah. 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 I was driving yesterday when David posted the link to this in our chat, and he's like, posts the link and then he says the prices, and I'm like, what is it? I'm driving. I can't see. And
Yeah.
no one responded. I figured it was the Lord of the Rings set because I had heard that it was going to be announced. And I'd heard that was beautiful already, but luckily I was about an hour away from one of the Lego stores, so I just pulled it up on my phone when I got there. But
I will point out that the price per piece ratio is pretty darn good for this.
oh yeah,
set.
let's look at that. Let's look.
So they
Is it
didn't.
6,000.
They
Hold
didn't
on.
jack. They could have. I mean, I suppose they could have asked for even more, but
So Canadian, 669.
Yeah.
And it's 6,000 parts, so it's 10 cents a piece for us. Well, a little bit less, a little bit more than 10 cents a piece.
yeah, but it's a decent price considering
I agree.
it's a licensed set.
And 15 minifigures plus
Yeah.
the other ones.
But
yeah.
again, it's a lot of really small parts. So
Yeah.
True.
And you get a set, Golem, and I think it was one, like this set isn't available. This is one of the existing brickheads, but you get this with it as well. And there's not any more. Well, maybe that's in the original article. There's like a gift with purchase that you can get with it. Okay, here's some more scenes. And it just looks beautiful. This roof. I love what they did there. Oh yeah, there's the other statues. I mean, picture those statues around a city that you're building type thing or something like. Anybody want to lend? No, anybody want to just give me $600? Say lend, but no, I'm not paying it back.
if you don't care about the gift with purchase, you'll probably be able to flip it for $40 or $50.
Well, that'll bring it down a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not mentioned in here. I did see a picture of it somewhere, but anyway. Okay, let's see what we have in chat here going on. What are they using gray bricks turn on their side as the floor inside the building? Let's look quickly. I know they're inside the building, like for the council, yes, it's a circle of bricks on their side. But I know in one of the inside shots I saw there's a whole tiled floor that I think is all printed, honestly. Is there no picture of that?
There's a picture. I've seen it.
Yeah, let me just see if I can find the shop at home picture. Huh. No, they're not showing it here either. Anyways, there's a whole beautifully detailed floor on the inside.
And there's like a star-shaped
yes.
table that the ring can rest on.
Yeah. Yeah, and they made the star shape with using some of the new Minecraft container pieces. The second I saw that picture, I was like, "Oh, I know what that is."
I don't build Minecraft, so I was like, "Did they really need to make this mold just for the set?" And then someone said, "Oh, that's Minecraft," and I was like,
"Yeah,
oh.
It was something they had already created." Trying to see if I can find that shot even because it's this box right here, but of course it doesn't come up any better. Anyway. So then there's also revealed earlier, basically the day we weren't doing the chat because I did the pre-recorded thing the day after the Star-Lord helmet was revealed, which apparently makes a cup holder for pens and scissors, because what else are you going to put in his head? I guess it makes sense because he doesn't, that's his hair is up there, but it was like, okay. When the designer built this one, was it like, what do we do with the top? Oh, we'll just make it a cup holder. Right. We'll just make it a container.
Pencil holder.
Yeah. There are some new parts announced for February. Not a lot, but the bars, most of the stuff is in the botanical stuff. So the
Well,
paddles
actually,
are,
a lot of that was in the parts draft that we did. I got two
yeah,
of those green
exactly.
buckets, and
Yeah, the barrels. Some of this is in the dry bouquet one, which we didn't do. I got a few of these. I got a small selection of these pieces in yellow. More of the paddles, green hot dogs. Meant to note, if your hot dogs are green, don't eat them.
yeah,
The pirate helm hats, which I didn't get any of, but I managed to get. Meredith was she was participating as well, but she had to run her kid home.
those were
Uh,
surprisingly popular in the parts draft. Surprisingly
yeah,
to me, but then I was realizing, in particular, Meredith with her friends sailing,
friends. Yeah,
she could deck out a whole bunch of friends
yeah.
color pirates if she wants to
So
populate it like that.
yeah, I think she was pick 6 and I was pick 1, so I ended up grabbing the purple ones for my first pick, and then for her 6th pick, I grabbed something I wanted, so I switched the two, and then it came back, and I was able to get the other purple ones for her. So thought
Jeff
that
was very generous. He didn't have
well,
to use his pick for her.
no, but I knew those would go quick, and I wasn't like there were literally 5 bins of those hats, and she was number 6. I'm like, you know what? I'll grab this one for her first. The tree in olive green is available, so a lot of botanical parts, obviously, like we just said. Um, but 32 long axles in bright green. Some interesting parts. But anyway. Okay, last up. I think this is last. Yeah, pretty much last up. We have a few of the Brothers Brick articles. There was a bit of a cyberpunk city here that I saw that was kind of interesting. Smaller scale than what New Hashima City was by Stefan, but to start. A nice little spaceship with some nice curves on it. You won't believe this amazing vignette. So using a lot of the leaf parts in different areas for decorations. Kermit here, which is kind of cool. It was Kermit the Frog that actually got me to that caught my eye originally. Teddy Space Pants enjoys the moon in his new rover.
Ooh, that's thick looking.
Uh-huh.
I like that.
Yeah. Is the
kind
rover
of retro space.
Yeah, and I think February is considered the rover month. I forget why.
Yeah. February
or something. Yeah. Anyway. So that would explain why that one came up. A fairy, a hedgehog, and a hedgehog walk into a bar. Just there's a couple of models here that people have started using botanical type things in their mock. This owl one was kind of what caught my eye.
Ooh, beautiful.
Is that cool? Yeah. So anyway. And then there's just the new sets that have been announced. So the Lord of the Rings Rivendell, we already talked about, the 4x4 off-roader, the Star-Lord helmet, the Creative Fantasy box, and then the Hogwarts stuff from last week, and the brickheads that were announced last week as well. So, and last but not least, and this is just because this came in just tonight. Bricks and Pieces has a bunch of new parts that are actually new that got added today. Well, technically added in Europe last night, or to like in the past hours or so. So I figured I'd pull it up just for people that are looking. It looks like a lot of. Sorry.
Don't tempt me. I want that olive green palm leaf bad.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of these parts are actually from the first wave of Avatar sets. Because I'm seeing a lot of the sand green. I'm seeing the wheelchair and the wheelchair wheel.
Yep.
Some minifig hair. The style of hair that I use in tan is available in this, and that's why there's 2 different colors in here, and that's where I remembered, because that's like the dry head cut that they have for a couple of figures in that set. So anyways, just a bunch of parts on Bricks and Pieces that are now considered new. So I thought I'd mention it.
Ooh, I might make an order.
Yeah, sorry, Dave.
He just thought he would force me to go spend more money on Bricks and Pieces.
Oh no, I was more worried about David Sincere than you, man.
Okay.
So this.
Hey, I got some points that I could I can use. So
This picture does not match this description. I just realized, but this piece has only come out. It's 2x3, and it only has come out in this medium orangey color so far. But the description is brick 4x6 outside bow with cutout. That's not 4x6.
it's not.
I guess it could be, but it's a lot bigger
Looks
than I would
like
think
it.
it is.
Looks like it.
I thought it was a 2x3.
No, it's a 4x6.
All right. Well, that's what it says, but okay, maybe I'm mistaken. Anyway, more parts. Yeah, there's this hair in black is available now. I need it in tan, and then I think there's one in gray somewhere too.
Well, you should just click on it and go with the same
Look,
brick.
this is a picture.
Oh,
So this is for the Discord channel. So anyway, Mr. Sincere, how have you been doing?
I've been busy.
Apparently, no, it's okay.
Yeah, really busy. Well, first of all, there's hockey, and
Yeah,
because
Yeah.
hockey had something to do with it.
right now it's tournament season because we had a tournament at the in January,
Yeah.
and last weekend I also went in another tournament that's all Jacob's tournament. We went to another tournament. This one was out of town actually, so we went to Plessisville, which is near Victoriaville here in
Okay.
Quebec. So it's
Lots of
about
traveling.
2.5 hours away from here. So
Yeah, lots of traveling and stuff.
yeah, we were traveling, and the other nights that I missed streaming, I was actually at hockey practice. I was
Yeah.
practicing my boys. So,
Yep.
but I've been also busy.
Yes.
Not
good
playing
news.
with Lego, but organizing Lego events because
Is it official yet?
yeah, no, not official. Well, it's we do have an event coming in May at the end of May.
Okay.
That's the Tonne de Briques, which is our just an exhibition that we're doing for a
Mhm.
2-day exhibition that we're doing in Saint Basile le Grand, and the registrations are up and running. They've been up and running for 2-3 weeks now,
Okay.
and there's still spaces available. If anybody is listening from Quebec, you want to showcase your mocks or outside the province, but I'm I'm guessing you're not gonna come down for just 2 days, Jeff.
No. When is it? May what?
May 27th and 28th.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Probably not, but I am planning to come in another event if it happens.
Yeah, that's that one have been taking me a lot of time because I'm actively trying to book a venue,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of having a hard time getting people to respond and uh, have me visit their venue, and
Yeah.
so it's not me, it's them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I get you.
but we're aiming for 4 days at the end of September now,
Okay.
because the two last venue we looked at,
Mm-hmm.
but not physically because we didn't go see them right now, but the last two venue possibilities, that's the
Yeah.
weekend we can actually get them booked. So
Okay.
the show will probably move from November to the end of September.
Cool. All right.
So,
I
but
will
I'm
plan
I'm
to.
actively trying to book a venue, because the minute we book the venue, the minute we can start
Advertising it.
registrations and
Yeah. Yeah.
publicizing and
Fair enough.
getting people involved.
Yeah. That will be event number 4 for my year. Probably the last one for my year too.
And when it's booked, we're probably gonna be the largest event in Canada,
Well, there you go.
because right now we're looking at 40,000 square
Wow.
feet
Great.
foot. So for
Okay.
our venue, so
Yeah.
That would be the largest exhibition in Canada. That it would clearly beat Bricks in the Six, and we would be
Wow.
larger than Brick
Brick
Can
Can?
also. Not
Apparently.
in terms of a full participation because Brick
Yeah.
Can tops it off, but
Okay.
in terms of square footage, we would be the largest.
Yeah. Cool.
And I'm very confident that we can fill that space with Lego.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, like I said, I look forward to that one for sure. I was just googling Brick Can. Not that I'm going there, but just to see when it is. Oh, there's this April 22nd, 23rd.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool.
But Brick Can gets a lot of AFOL participation. I think they get like close to 200 AFOLs participating.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Yeah, and I know there's a bunch of people that come from the States up from the Seattle area and stuff as well. So
yeah,
you've got a good population up there to come up from the States because it's fairly close to the border too. So it's not that much of a drive. I managed. I got a passport when I was away from the Lego store, and I hit 7 different Lego stores in 4 days of driving. Technically 5 days, I guess, because one of them I didn't do. Ooh, you got the cough going too, eh?
Yeah, I got a cold, not a big cold, but like small cold
Yeah.
this weekend because it was actually freezing here in Quebec. It was like minus 28, minus 35 degrees Celsius.
I didn't
Oh,
really get that cold.
trust me, he was checking his phone, telling us as he was wearing shorts and t-shirts.
I was not. Never was I wearing shorts. For the record, I had shorts with me, but I was not wearing them.
He thought he wanted to wear shorts. But.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I also got this.
Woohoo! Oh, so I have one reserved for you. Do you not need it anymore?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it, Jeff.
Okay,
Of course,
enough.
I'm gonna take it. But
Okay.
I gave in. I bought one on Bricklink because I was placing an order for a fig that my dog actually ate. Because the dog actually ate a fig from one of Jacob's figs, and
Oh,
he
jeez.
wanted it back. So I ended up buying a fig on the Bricklink store, a Canadian Bricklink store, and
Yeah.
they had the set available for $55 Canadian.
Yeah.
So
That's
I said that's a
pretty
fair
decent.
price. And
Yeah.
since I'm placing an order anyway, I'm gonna buy it and
Yeah.
be done
Makes
with
sense. And if you're already getting parcel shipping out of it, then it's not going to make much difference.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I also bought parts, lots of parts,
Cool.
to be able to make my own version of the.
Oh, there you go.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably end up with 3 when I get yours that
Mhm.
you're keeping for me. So
And I just realized that Fazoom had built a bunch of Blacktron ships, and he had them on display at the show, and I forgot to take pictures of them because I'd never seen any of them before. He had done a remake of all of them, and he had already used the connection system that they're using in that Blacktron ship, the new one, but Chris had already used it before them. So he's like, I did it first. But I forgot to grab pictures of those. Crap. Oh well. Better look
cool.
next time, I guess. So yeah. Cool. Well, we're glad you're doing well.
So basically, that's what I did in the last few weeks. I did
Nice.
hockey. I did planning.
Yeah.
I placed some orders, but I didn't build anything with my bricks.
Yeah, I understand. Oh, I ended up opening up when I was putting my space painter together. I ended up opening this setup because I'm like, oh, I need the astronauts from it. Only to realize that the astronauts I was using was the last round of city space astronauts, the orange guys.
Yeah.
And I have like 6 of them, so I obviously got some of them at some point. But then I opened that setup and I'm like, oh crap, I didn't actually need to open it. But I ended up I took the blue uniform, or the other fig that's in there. I ended up using in my display because I was using those as the technicians, but the orange suits from the previous version were my pilots and stuff. So I'm now considering actually expanding that base. I don't know if I will because I don't have enough dark gray, but to have it come around the corner and like have the train run a little bit longer than back and forth.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if you're part of the lug, but right now is the time to
Yeah, but
place
there's
your
not a lot
lug bulk order.
yeah, but we don't have a lot of dark gray in this order at all. So
Because we at Kellogg we're right in the middle of our order right now,
yeah,
and we got a lot of dark gray pieces going on in the 85 pieces that we can choose. So
yeah.
Your lug is called Kellogg.
yeah, for
Okay,
Quebec,
yeah.
Got it.
Quebec log.
I was
Yeah.
thinking K, and I'm like, that sounds like the K we talking
It,
about.
it, it sounds like Kellogg, that like the cereal, but
The
Yes.
cereal, yes. Exactly. It's cereal lug. Yeah, there was actually almost, I'm just looking at the list, other than tiles in dark gray, I think that's all we have. Oh, and burps and lurps, or the burp pieces in dark gray.
Yeah, burps were popular at my lug. Like
Yeah.
I'm kind of like I don't do a lot of rock work, so I didn't.
we actually had two burps pieces in our list, but
Yeah.
we actually ended up dropping one and changing it for the 1 by 6 by 5 panels in white,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
because nobody was ordering them.
Yeah. And for the record, for people like Yvonne, burps, big ugly rock pieces, lurps, large ugly rock pieces. So there's two different sizes. And there's a third one. I can't remember what it's called. But anyways, that's what they're called. They're just the bigger rock pieces that they're expensive to ship, so ordering them through this type of program is a lot better. But
they
anyway.
fill a lot of volume, but you can easily brick build.
Yeah, and from what I've seen, brick build mountains
yeah,
look way better than when you build them with burps or lurps.
yeah. I mean, they're a quick and easy way to build some structure, but you still have to brick around them a bit to make them not uniform.
And still they don't look as nice as brick build mountains.
Yeah. Agreed. I'm trying something out here. Oh, it does work. There's a new feature. There's a new feature for headlines. You can put something else underneath your name.
Oh.
So if you click on the three dots by your name, you can click on the three dots. You can edit name and headline to write something else. Yeah, it's a new feature. Anyways, I saw it when I first started the stream. So anyway, so yeah, we're at an hour and a half. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? I mean, Dave just got here. I feel bad hanging up for the French dude.
No, I think I'm gonna head to bed. I'm gonna let you guys head to bed too, because you look sick too, the guys.
I am sick. Yeah, I already canceled. I already told the school I was either going to teach online or not cancel class. See how I feel in the morning. But yeah.
I'm just exhausted. So I'm still trying to catch up on sleep. So yeah, I might go to bed.
But it looks like you guys had a great time in the.
It was so fun. I've already made plans to. I've got a place to stay for next year. The cat approved enough. She only hissed at me twice. So I'm definitely going back. I might stay an extra day or so before or after, just to go to actually tour the city a bit, go to the aquarium or something. I've been to the aquarium like 10 years ago, but or 2006.
Honestly, I don't think I've been to the aquarium in 10 years either.
Yeah, so I wouldn't mind doing something touristy, or at least going to see some stuff, or make it out to the other Lego store, because I just never worked out. The other Lego store had timing at the exact same times as the show, so like when the show was over, it was closed. It's like, anyway.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Yvonne is there. So thanks for explaining. And Wax Splat was there too. Thank you for.
Could take you to Stone Mountain if the weather's decent.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a gigantic hunk of granite that came up from the earth. It's like a mountain. There's like you can either walk up it or you can ride a tram, and it gives you like a 360-degree view of the whole metro area.
Cool. All right. Well, that's something to look at or to consider. So, But anyways, we'll end the chat for now, and we will talk to you guys next week. Episode 101. This is 100. So you know,
Yay! I was here
yeah,
for episode 100.
100. I'm not sure if we do anything special for 104 or 105 because that's technically our 2-year anniversary. But
2-year
2 years, insane, eh? Oof. Anyway, I'm hitting the button. So everybody have a good night, and we will see you next week. See ya.
Good night.